I have a very special guest. Bhupat Seemar is the Ancelotti of horse racing industry.
Well, I'll have to say hello to all the horse racing fans in Turkey and especially your subscribers. And then after that, I came to Dubai. So I've been in Dubai for 21 years now.
You're so kind and modest.
We'll take every victory as it comes. We are all trying our best, and obviously the jockey's tried his best.
Not gonna tell anyone. It's our secret. Promise.
No, there is no secret when it comes to horses. So
thanks for watching us. Bye bye. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nilay. To be honest, I'm really excited today because I have a very special guest. And you know him very well if you are interested in horse racing industry. But if you are not, let me introduce him to you. As you know, a few weeks ago we watched Champions League final with Borussia Dortmund against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid won the trophy. And Ancelotti, he is the manager of Real Madrid. And my dear guest, Bhupat Seemar, is the Ancelotti of horse racing industry. It's his first time in front of Turkish audiences because it's his first interview with Turkish broadcaster and presenter. He has never been in Turkish television or any YouTube or social media account or any magazine before. It's very special for me. I'm really proud of it. He accepted my interview request. If you are interested in horse racing, there is no need to introduce Bhupat Seemar to you because you know his achievements and his success. And he's the trainer of Laurel River, 2024 Dubai World Cup winner. Also, Laurel River is the leading best racehorse in the world, and so it's obvious that he's the Ancelotti of horse racing, and I'm really glad to welcome him in my YouTube channel. Welcome to my show, Mr. Bhupat. How are you?
very good. Thank you very much for having me, Nilay.
Thank you. And before your training part, before everything, I would like to talk about a little bit your background and how did you started the training?
Well, I went to boarding school in Delhi, in India. I grew up, my parents are about 3 hours from Delhi. They have a small little farm, and stud farm. We grew up riding horses, and it wasn't in my plans to be a horse trainer. I thought after education, I went to college and in Delhi as well, and did my business degree, but I didn't want to do any office jobs. So my uncle was already in America, and from America he'd come to Dubai. So I said I would like to follow the same path, and I went to TaylorMade Farms in Kentucky and worked there as an intern for 18 months. From there, I went to work for a trainer called Chris Beckett in Lexington. And then from there, I went to work for Bob Baffert in California for 5 years. And then after that, I came to Dubai. So I've been in Dubai for 21 years now.
Bhupat, I guess your uncle has been the biggest influencer or mentors in your life for horse racing industry.
Yeah, he's definitely the biggest mentor in my life because especially when he started me off, because when you're young, you can ride horses, you can do all that, but it's very hard to find that how do you get into it professionally, especially being in India, because we all had some very good education, and my parents were more like, I don't know if you really want to get into horse racing. Why have you done all this education? You've done your business degrees, and but anyway, so yeah, I asked my uncle, and it was a great way he introduced me to Kentucky, to TaylorMade Farms in Lexington, and from there I worked for 18 months as an intern. Mm-hmm. From there I went to work for a trainer called Chris Beckett, and then from there I went to California to work for Bob Baffert for 5 years, and now I've been in Dubai for 21 years.
Well, it's amazing, 21 years. And last Dubai World Cup 2024, you won it. And congratulations again. How does it feel to achieve such a success, a significant victory? And I remember you told me it's something you people can achieve in their life once in time, and you did it.
Yeah, I mean, look, Dubai World Cup is one of the greatest races in the world, and the best horses from all over the world come and compete in that race, and the best jockeys and the best trainers and the best owners. So, it's truly a world championship race. It's like the Olympics of horse racing, I would think. And to come out on top in that race, to have the best horse in the world, is just an absolute incredible feeling. But I have to say, I mean, we had a very, very good night. We won 2 races on the World Cup night. We also won the sprint race. So it was a very good night for my stables and a very good night for my team.
And what about I'm looking for tricks or secrets actually. Could you walk us through the preparation process for this race? What specific strategies did you employ?
Well, first of all, you got to have a good horse. A good horse makes a good trainer, a good jockey, and a good owner. So, well, I'm lucky enough to have a very good horse. Then all I had to do was keep him healthy and fit and not get in his way, which is the hardest part a lot of times because, horse is good and all you need to do is keep him right and keep him happy. So that's the main trick. And then how you're going to do it is up to everybody else. Different trainers have their own different ways to do it.
And Laura, after the winning Dubai World Cup, Laurel River is the toughest, the best horse in the world, right?
Yeah, he's the highest rated horse in the world so far. So yeah, I mean it's a great achievement, and we feel very proud to have a horse who's the highest rated horse in the world.
Yeah. And what were some of the key challenges you faced in the lead up to the race, and how did you overcome them?
Well, I think one of the biggest unknown was that he had never run 10 furlong in his life before. So, but his owners and his connections, Judmont Farms, and the team at Judmont, they are incredible. They have so much faith in I've only trained one horse for them, and when I said that, look, I think maybe we should try the Dubai World Cup distance, 10 furlongs. And we had the choice to go in the mile race as well. And while, he'd already won the mile race, so which was very obvious choice. But, they were very good. They had faith in us, faith in me, faith in the jockey, and faith in their own system, in their own team, because they know their pedigrees inside out. They know that Laurel River's mother's dam side of the pedigree has a lot of stamina, and in his grand dam's got a lot of stamina. So they were very confident, and they had faith in us, so which was great.
And I think it's the key material for winning this kind of victory, because physically and mentally strength is the most important thing for process for this kind of achievement.
Yeah, look, people now remember the Dubai World Cup is 10 furlongs, so it happens for 2 minutes. Yeah. But some people spend a lifetime to win that race or to even run in that race, So everything has to go right. Everything second has to go right, and which is very rare. That's why it's so hard to win these kind of races. Mm-hmm. And so luckily for us, I think everything fell in place and everything was right.
And I want to express my observation about this for this point, because I remember you after the race and the owner of the horses and the jockeys. You were so happy, and you were also so cold brain. None of you lost your controls. You were okay. We won, but we are also cool. Just calm down. It was amazing, but I saw the feelings in your hearts. Nobody see it. Don't worry about it. But I see it. So calm, so professional, but yes, we did it. Yes, we did it face, yeah.
Well, it's also a very surreal experience. It takes, like I said, it takes so long to get there, and then to win the race. It was just an absolutely incredible experience, and I wanted to soak it in before I wanted to celebrate. So,
Yeah.
I process that, and yeah, I mean, look, it's been an unbelievable journey, and hopefully he can do it again. Hopefully we can keep him fit and healthy, and he can come back and try and do it again.
Yeah, maybe he can win 2 times in a row. Who knows? And we can make re-interview with you, and it will be amazing.
Hopefully tomorrow at this time, I'm sitting here and interviewing. We're sitting here and we're doing it again. So let's see.
Yeah, I hope so. And at this point, I would also like to understand the differences between the training in the USA, in the United Arab Emirates, because you mentioned about you worked in USA at the first step of your career. What are the differences for training?
Well, everywhere is different. USA, most of the horses, they train them on the same track. There are a few riding centers, but not that many. Over here we have our own private facility, and when we go and race, we go on the main track. So, that's one of the major differences. But then there's different climate, different kind of racing. We're lucky to have a facility here where we have swimming pools, we got paddocks, we have spas, we have just the most. I have to say, in Dubai, we probably are able to give a horse a 7-star treatment. While I'm not saying in America you cannot, but you're on the racetrack, so you're limited access to a lot of facilities. But it's different, and everywhere is different.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And how do these differences impact your training methods and strategies?
Yeah, because over here, when you have your own facility, if you think that your horse is a little bit tired and you don't want to take him training, you can go swimming. Or if you think they need a little holiday, you can turn up in the paddocks. So there is so many different ways to actually keep a horse healthy, happy, and stress-free and fit. So which is a great tool to have, I think. While in America, if I needed to swim one, we'll have to probably travel. We'll have to travel somewhere else to do it. So that's the big difference. But we're lucky to have the facilities we've got.
And I would like a little bit talk about the Laurel River. And can you tell us more about Laurel River? What makes this horse special compared to others you have trained?
Well, he is. There are. I don't want to say too much about my horse, but he is one of those super athletes.
Okay.
He's got a very, very good pedigree. As you know, Judmont Stables, they have some of the best pedigrees in the world. And, he's got super pedigree. He's a super athlete where when you train a horse, this guy, he recovers so quick. He doesn't feel his training. You can train him as much as you want, but you don't see, there is no empty button. There is no empty gauge in him. The petrol tank never goes. It looks like it always stays the same. There is nothing, it never goes to empty.
And how is the feeling as a trainer? You train the highest, the best horse in the world. How is the feeling about it?
Well, first of all, it's a great combination of a lot of people, especially the breeder, the owner who sent us the horse, a great team behind us that make it happen, make it possible, a very good jockey. And, yes, of course. I mean, when everything comes together, it's a great feeling. And when you win those races, you know that your team's done a great job, you've done a good job, your jockey's done a very good job. And, it's a great feeling that comes together.
Bhupat, you're so modest. I always compare horse racing with football. Real Madrid won the trophy a few days ago, so it's the biggest team in the world. So Ancelotti managed all these football players and who won the trophy. And you're a kind of Ancelotti of horse racing.
Well, I don't know about that. I think I've got a little bit more to go, to be honest.
You're so kind and modest.
We'll take every victory as it comes. You're only as good as your last race you won. So, I'm very aware. I can see trainers legends like Aidan O'Brien, when he didn't win the Guineas, people would doubt him, and he is, he's a legendary trainer. There's probably never going to be one like him, and so I understand you're only as good as your last race you won. So we'll take it as it comes, enjoy it today, and try hard for tomorrow.
Perfect strategy for your life.
Please follow Nilay Shimshay for all the horse racing news and updates.
And I have some questions about the horses. Do you select a horse, or do they come to you, your stable? What do you look for when selecting a horse for training and competition?
Well, if I'm selecting a young horse, which are the 2-year-olds, we usually go and buy breeze-up horses. So, there's a whole lot of factors that you have when you're selecting a horse. Obviously, they got to have the physical, the conformation, the pedigree, the prize, and and if it'll fit Dubai racing or not, and obviously your budget. So there's a lot of things that you consider when you're buying a horse. When you do well, you're able to buy a better horse, better in the sense you're able to pay a little bit more to buy a bit more quality. But that doesn't mean horses with less money will not be quality. But you're able to go there and hopefully buy the kind of horse you want to buy.
And Bhupat, what are some key lessons you have learned from your experience in horse training and racing?
Well, first of all, it's hard work. You can't change that. You got to go work for some very good people in this business, so you get experience. It's like going to a good school and a good college, and the work experience is very important in my mind. And you got to leave nothing unturned. You got to, when it comes to horses, attention to detail is very, very important. And then to have people around you that are good and hardworking and honest, and they are dynamic, where they can follow your instructions, but they can also come up with their own when needed.
I think these are your advices to young generation.
That's hard work is the first.
Yeah. And what about your future plan? Any upcoming races or new horses you are excited about?
Well, I think we got a lot of new.
I'm not gonna tell anyone. It's our secret, promise.
No, there is no secret when it comes to horses. So no, we bought a lot of young horses, a lot of new horses, and they could be the future stars, which we are very excited about. I've been to the sales in UK, then I went to the sales in France, then from there to America, then Ireland. So we've done plenty of shopping, and got some good owners and clients behind us, and some very good new owners coming in as well. So yeah, it looks very exciting. Hopefully some young stars will come out of these horses.
And I know you have a very hectic calendar because you're always traveling. You were in UK and USA, and you're in Dubai. And what is your next plan for the season? Are you going to Escort or Breeders' Cup?
Yeah, I'm going to Royal Ascot actually. I'll be going in 2 weeks, going to Royal Ascot, and then I come back and I go to Saratoga. But Saratoga is going to be a bit of both, bit of racing, and a friend of mine is getting married, so bit of both, and then back in Dubai and back to full swing of work.
And you told me you're from India, and I would also like to know something about horse racing in India, because it's not very, there aren't many opinions about it. What is your take on horse racing in India? How do you see it see its future?
Well, I have been out of India for about 25 years. But look, horse racing in India, they have some good, good horses, good breeding. It's some good jockeys go there. So I think the future is bright. There's some very good horses. There's a horse that came from India that won over here. Sorry, there's people walking behind me.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I think the future is good, but I just don't follow it as much as I should.
And I have some personal motivation questions for you. What keeps you motivated and passionate about horse training and racing?
Well, horses keep you motivated, first of all. You know, that winning feeling, you know, this is what I think keeps all of us motivated in horse racing, because you got to enjoy the wins, because you're always going to lose more races than you're going to win, no matter who you are and where you are in the world. For any owner, trainer, jockey, you're going to always lose more than you're going to win. So if you're winning at 25% strike rate, you're doing very, very good. So that winning feeling, you know, that strive to win is the biggest motivational driver, I would think. And horses, they're such beautiful animals. You know, they've given so much in my life. Everything I have in my life is personal life is given by them. So, you know, this is what keeps you motivated.
And what about balancing your life? Because you have a very busy work life. Also, you have a family. How do you balance the pressure of high strike racing with personal life and well-being?
Well, you know, it is a tough balance, because horses, you can't switch off your phone, because horses, you know, they can have emergency, they need 24-hour care. Like I said, I'm lucky to have a great staff of people, but you got to have a little bit of balance, because family is very, very important. But it's sometimes very hard to strike that balance. But you know, you do the best you can, and family understands that.
Yeah, and you do your best. I see it, because you're always traveling. You always spare your time with them, and it's amazing. It's obvious.
Usually my travels are for horses, not for family, but
but you spare time for them.
Yeah, well, you always have to get some kind of time for them. But they understand. You know, in horses, it's hard, and your phone's around 24 hours, and you know your attention has to be there. So yeah, it's hard, but you know, I'm not the only one. There's many people do the same.
And what about, you know, some people calls a child to their horses, or are they your coworker or child?
They definitely have to. You have to give a lot of respect to a horse, because remember, they are 500 kilos, you know, and they are bigger than you. So the only way you can have a rapport or a relationship with a horse is to give respect. So you have to give respect like a family member. You know, if a horse doesn't want to do anything, you can't fight them, because they're bigger than you. You know, so, and this is how incredible horses are, because they let us put a saddle on them. You know, they are incredible animals, and this is the respect we got to give them. So yeah, so they're a bit of a family member, but they're also big animals, and they're animals. So you have to respect both sides. Athletes.
Yeah. And I have one more questions about the horses and trainers. When I watch some races, I see some trainers after the race, they go to their jockeys and talk about, and they criticize their racing style. Does it happen in your country, or do you ever use it? What's the connection? What's the working style between trainers and jockeys?
You know, I don't agree with criticizing after the race, especially because, look, we're all trying our best. And, you know, obviously the jockey's tried his best. And if it hasn't worked, then it hasn't worked. You just got to go back and come up with a new plan. You know, what's the point of criticizing someone? Because after all, the jockeys are also putting their life in danger. They're doing the best they can. They've got a family to feed. And nobody goes into a race thinking, I'm going to lose a race. You know, everybody goes into a race to try the best they can. And, you know, they're also living beings, and they have to make those split-second decisions. You know, sometimes I see when people doing it, I always say, you go and do it yourself, because it's not that easy. You know, jockeys are athletes. They they try the best they can, and sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't work, so there's no point criticizing it afterwards.
And maybe it might be the legacy you want to hope leave in the horse racing industry.
It's a very big question. I need to achieve a lot more before I leave a legacy. But the legacy I would like to leave would be that people need to respect horses a lot more. I do see that there is a little bit of negativity towards horse racing, but we also need to be very proud of this sport. It's a great sport, and it's a very noble sport. And all the doom and gloom sometimes that happens in the sport, we cannot keep our head down. We got to be very proud of it. We got to walk the walk, and we got to do the talk, because it is a very, very noble sport, and we should be proud of it.
Mr. Bhupat Seemar, I'm very appreciative for your time. I know you have a hectic life and business. You're so busy. बहुत धन्यवाद for your time. And do you have your last message for my subscribers and the person who interested in horse racing, especially maybe in Turkey?
Well, I'll have to say hello to all the horse racing fans in Turkey, and especially your subscribers. And you all must come to Dubai and come for the Dubai World Cup. I think it's a wonderful race.
Thank you so much. And dear subscribers, thank you for watching us. Mr. Bhupat is my guest today, and he expressed his feelings, and he talked about how he won the Dubai World Cup, also mentioned about his career, and he thankfully he answered his his questions about personal life. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for watching us. Please subscribe, like the video, and share your comment with us. Thanks for watching us. Bye bye.
Please follow Nilay Shemshai for all the horse racing news and updates.